let's get into the low vibe energies that like to get in the way of your relationships. Again, I am making love videos up until Valentine's Day so that I can answer your questions spiritually and how that works, right? So this one I loved when I saw it in the Discord group, because there's a lot on YouTube and on social media about these energies are trying to block your relationship, blah, 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 like all these things. But what does that actually mean? What does that translate to in your 3D, and what can you do about it, right? Like, we need to know this information. So again, foundational basis is everything is energy. Energy is everything. So anytime that we are encountering people in our lives who may be coming at us in a negative way, they are either one, irritated by your high frequency and there is a lesson for you to learn there, or two, you are somehow mirroring that energy somewhere in your life, and you usually have a boundary that needs to be addressed, right? So and the best way I love to explain things is with my own personal experience and what I've seen with a lot of clients, and what like I've gotten as downloads from the divine and the ancestors. Like energy always finds like energy. So if you find, and this is just again an example, if you find that you are attracting a certain type of partner into your life, or a type of friend into your life, it is because that energy lives within you. So if you are trying to elevate out of that energy and you are trying to go on your journey to finding your soulmate, or not even finding, because you will hit your soulmate and you will like hit your twin flame, basically, like if you're on that journey of elevating out of it, there's going to be energies that are going to be coming back to you because they feel your energetic pull to elevation. They no longer can be within your energy because their energy is low frequency and it can't hold on to the goodness of who you are. And we see this a lot, especially when you start to do cord cuttings, right? Like you cut away all of your energy. If you call in Archangel Michael to help you to cut everything away with his sword, if you ask Metatron for help because Metatron rules communication, and those sort of things, if you ask all of them to help you to cut away things, Kalima, Anubis, you will literally see everybody from the past start to come forward and start to block your manifestations or your connection to your twin flame. Because again, we have to remember that, like, not saying that soulmates when they get together don't have as big of a purpose. Like soulmates do have a purpose when they are together, but twin flames have an even bigger purpose that is usually tied to humanity in some way. Like they're very service oriented people, and they have like agreed energetically to be on that journey. And so they have larger missions because they're like, we're here for humanity. We're going to do everything we can to help in every possible way. So along your soul's journey, right? Your soul's journey is there for you to be able to grow, expand, overcome, have fun, all of these things. And basically it's like a video game. When you are trying to get to the end of your level, right? Or this elevation where you are just ascending, like your manifestations are right at your fingertips, things are starting to get good. There's usually a freaking boss, right? There's a boss in your video game, or a couple little nerdy bosses that are around you that you have to kind of remove. Those are your lessons. That's literally what's happening in your life, because the universe and your ancestors are trying to figure out, did you learn your lesson? And I know like some readers on YouTube are like, that's not a thing. Like, what lesson do you have? It's like, you obviously are avoiding your healing. There's lessons in everything. If you are in the spiritual community and you don't believe in lessons, we're going to talk about that another day. But you have lessons to learn because it's a part of your soul growth. But there is an energetic attachment that you have to these other energies that are attached to you. And on some energetic level, they can sense, whether they consciously know or not, they can sense when you are about to step forward into something else, right? especially in February. February is a big manifestation portal. So if you are noticing that like you are being tasked with like reconciliation with your parents, kicking people out of your lives, like finally stop texting that person back, get your shit together on your business, like all of these things are coming forward because you are about to have the biggest breakthrough for the rest of your life. So literally these nuisances are just going to start coming forward to test you, to fully test you, because on some way, shape, or form, they have been pulling on your energy. When you do a cord cutting, you'll usually see all the people who were attached to you show up quickly. Well, like either the same day or the next day, every single time. Which is why it's always good to have really clean energy, like have a good spiritual practice. I'm going to make some videos for like 144 type of cleansing, because 144 and the light workers and all you folks are completely different because your energy is just massive. And so the amount of work and attention that you need to put into your spiritual practices and your meditation and your mental health and, you know, your finances, like all sort of like our lives are just different than everybody else. Not saying that, you know, it's any better. It's just when you are, when you have a soul purpose and a soul path that is heavily ingrained with energy and elevating specifically and like impact, you're going to need a little bit of a different path, like a different assistance, different support system, which is why you start to see miraculous things happen and you start to see deities show up in your life because they're like, oh, you have a big purpose. We need to help you, right? We're going to help you and bless you because we're going to help you get there. So yes, to answer the question, like, there are going to be energies that will get in the way of your unions, your relationships, your manifestations. There's always going to be some sort of energy because, like, when you think about it, everything needs to be in balance. Like, what goes up must come down. So if everything was just in high frequency, there would be an imbalance, right? So we need light, just like we need the absence of light. That's always going to happen. Best thing to do is to face it if you can. It doesn't mean that you need to have conversations with these people. If it means that you are having like energetic boundary setting, again, the astral healing, like I've mentioned before, like elevating your energy, going to yoga, doing your meditations, doing your journaling, focusing on developing your clairs, focusing on moving forward instead of living in the past, not hanging out with people who are not doing what you are doing. Like if you are a healer and a light worker, and you have folks in your life who are just not on the same path or frequency as you, like, what are you doing? Like, don't do it. I was reevaluating some of the people in my life and they're just like, they're so sweet. But like, if someone doesn't love as much as I love, I can't be around them because I love so much. And you know, a lot of people dislike Valentine's Day. A lot of people dislike couples and all these things. And it's because of what they're experiencing inside of them, their trauma. They haven't healed. Like, I love. I will never give up on love. My grandma was actually born on Valentine's Day and then she passed. And my mom, like, actually has always made Valentine's Day like a huge event. Like, she loves love. We were always, like, since we were little, getting gifts on Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day is like one of my favorite things to like pass out to people, like all sorts of stuff, and just say hi. Like, I don't care if I'm in partnership or not, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. So it's like, remember your frequency and how high it is. Like, there's always going to be this counter to it. There's always going to be growth for you. Like, you are meant to be growing. So if you came like straight down here to this earth and you're like, you're just doing regular things, how would your soul grow? How would your spiritual gifts grow? And that's another thing. Like, people want to develop their clairs. They want to, you know, manifest X, Y, and Z. but you still have to go through the growth of that. You still have to go through the discipline of maintaining your meditation, of eating really well, of moving your body so that you can actually develop your gifts. Like, it's not going to happen if you are sitting around doing nothing, right? If you have zero interest in actually bettering your life, your gifts are not going to expand. Like, they just won't, because you're in too low of a frequency. And it doesn't mean you have to like shop at all the nicest stores. You have to no, right? You can still develop this develop your gifts when you decide you want something better for yourself and you consciously choose to move forward. Meditation is free. Meditation is free, right? So keep your energy as elevated as possible so these people can't move towards you. But again, it's going to happen. People are going to be jealous. This is also why you don't share everything about your love life. You don't share everything about your manifestations unless you are also very healed and you have the protection to be able to do so, or it's a part of your path to be sharing your story. And most of the time, if you're a light worker or a healer or, a part of the 144, your purpose is to be visible. So you are supposed to be sharing your life experiences. But again, like, you are healing, you are growing. So share information when you are ready to. And we've had like a million tangents during the last 11 minutes that I've created this. But I love this question and I wanted to answer it and just know that, like, you don't even need to be focusing on the people who have gotten in the way, who are coming at you. Like, if you have a focus on that, like if it triggers you to hear those things, you have a lot of healing work to do. Like, you need to sit down with your journal. You need to sit down with a coach like myself or a healer to help transition you out of that, because you should be, especially right now in February, and like all these full moon circles and just the amount of prosperity that is out and about waiting to drop into people's lives and starting to drop into people's lives. You need to not be focusing whatsoever on other people. Like, who cares? They are insignificant to what you are doing right now. Like, the 144 are the light workers, healers. You all need to be focusing. Stay focused. Stay vigilant, keep going, have fun, enjoy your blessings, keep making an impact. The people who are just like being negative, like, tell them to kick rocks, or you know what I mean? Or like do what I did, like I said in the last video, go in the astral realm and like send them all loves and hugs and just be like, I'm gonna defeat you with love and flowers, right? Like, just understand that I am sending you so much love, because I know what it feels like to have people just all around you. Boom, boom, boom. Like, you can feel the energy, especially when it's kind of spiritually oriented. But you're going to be just fine. Focus on your protection. Focus on moving forward. Focus on your joy. When you are ascended and you are so happy, no one can touch you anyways. It doesn't matter. They can't block anything. Okay? So rest assured. And I also just want to say, come join one of the group sessions for Z School for the Gifted. We talk about this stuff all the time. We go in depth. I actually do readings on people as I talk to them one by one. I do it live. So if you have anything that you want to talk about your clairs, about your spirituality, about candle work, about how to cleanse, if you work with railroad nails, or like whatever it is you want to know, I can definitely help you out, and I can deliver messages if your ancestors decide to step forward during that time, or if your guides decide to step forward, or even plan an ally. Like, some of the weirdest things end up coming forward during these calls. But I want you to be there because I want you to have clarity, and I'm going to be sharing some more videos as well, talking about how I was able to use my clairs and my manifestation skills with the help of my ancestors and my guides to land being a TV competitor, to have the best recording like for my book so I can get it onto Audible, to getting the best producers for my music that I am working with right now, to like all sorts of things, getting my like book like in stores. Like it's just been an incredible journey. And so I want to make sure that you all are able to receive this information. And so I am offering my space to you to be able to help you get there. And again, the universe and your ancestors love when you actually take action. When you take action, your manifestations come in. Nothing will happen for you if you are sitting at home doing nothing. Like, I'm just gonna share that right now because spiritual bypassing is wild, 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 wild to see. And I see people not going outside or not clicking those links, not putting themselves out there. And it's like, how do you expect to be seen? How do you expect to make an impact? How are you actually calling yourself a 144 if you are not putting in the effort to be impactful in the world, which includes impact, right? Doing something. So please come join this group. It is so much fun. And just know you're going to get so much more out of it. And there's so many other resources that I offer as well. But come say hi, like, and subscribe, right? If this resonated with you below, if you have any other questions about love journey and energy, I'm going to be pumping these videos out as much as I can. And I'm actually going to be going live more, doing some live tarot specifically geared to the 144 with ancestors and whatnot. So if that is your vibe, come say hi. Put that on a freaking shirt. Anyways, I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Don't be a stranger.